Hey guys, how are you doing this morning? So, first, I want to say thank you for everyone that has commented, subscribes to my channel, and sent me encouraging words and just letting me know how much this will also help them. I had a number amount of people that also expressed to me their own personal challenges that they are dealing with their loved ones, their children. Some may have had diagnosis and some did not have diagnosis as of yet, but they see the signs. And I am just grateful that you guys were able to trust me with some of the information that you have provided. And one of the things that most people sent me and text me and messaged me about was that their child are not eating. So and they asked me for advice or some recipes on what do I do as far as Blessing. Do she struggle with, do she have any challenges with feeding as well? And also, they also asked for some recipes. And this morning, I was getting ready to make some oatmeal for Blessing, which is the one thing that Blessing eats for sure is oatmeal. And I decided that why not make a video on how I make her oatmeal. Blessing does struggles and suffer with food aversion. Things has changed a little bit, shifted a little bit, but when she was younger, she had her food aversion. It was to where she did not eat anything that she had to chew. It needed to be real soft for her to eat it. Although she has shifted a little bit these days, however, it's kind of still in the same way, but she does eat crackers. She does eat nuts. She loves any type of nuts. She does eat pretzels. And then now she eats her rice regular, like with the grainy. Before it had to be like almost like it was pasty. Most of her food was almost like it was puree. Even her oatmeal, I had to, once I made it, I used to have to use the immersion blender to just like break it all the way down in order for her to eat it. Lately, she's been eating it. I still cook it down, but I don't use the immersion blender anymore. So, I've had this book since Blessing started feeding, and I used to eat table food, and I would write down the things that I made, and if she liked it, if she didn't like it, and I would use and I would find out what nutritional values everything has. Anything that I thought about making her, whether it was banana or vanilla extract, anything that I used to cook for her, I would do my research on the benefits of the health benefits of that particular thing, and then that's when I would put it together to incorporate the meal that she needs, assuring that she's getting her vitamins, her minerals, of everything. Being that Blessing does have food aversion, 90% of the foods that I feed her is involuntary, meaning she doesn't eat it by itself. Like, she would not eat it by itself. Like, I cannot get cook the broccoli like we would eat it and give it to her. No. But broccoli has so many health benefits as well, linked to aid with autism. So I cook it, but I do not make it the way we would make it, because Blessing knows what it is. She looks at it and she said broccoli, but to put it in her mouth, never. So I kind of like trick her into eating anything that I know that is beneficial to her. And although Blessing love oatmeal, she absolutely love oatmeal. Some days I cannot get Blessing to eat anything other than oatmeal. Like last night, for example, she had breakfast, which was a big bowl of oatmeal. Then in the afternoon time for lunch, she had tuna and crackers, where I sauteed some spinach, and I mixed it in with the tuna fish, and then I made the tuna fish like I would make our tuna fish, but I sauteed some spinach and put it in, and then I put it on the crackers. She ate that. But when dinner time came, I had put two different meals out for her. She was not interested at all. However, she went in the refrigerator and grabbed a bowl that by letting me know that she wanted the oatmeal. So I made her oatmeal, and I was totally fine with it. Like, I gave her the oatmeal, and I was totally fine with it. I'm going to show you why I don't mind. It's been times where Blessing ate oatmeal breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and even snacks. This morning, she had 2 bowls of oatmeal. I made her a big bowl of oatmeal. She ate that, and then she went in the refrigerator and grabbed a jar of oatmeal. This is the jar that I usually have her oatmeal's in, and it's usually full. This is an 8-ounce jar, and it's usually full. So she went back and got another jar that I had taken down from the freezer to the refrigerator for tomorrow, and she grabbed it and gave it to me. Now, I wasn't sure she wanted she wanted oatmeal, but she gave it to me. And I always, whenever Blessing communicate anything to me, whether it's verbally or by action, I always meet her there. And that's my way of letting her know that I understand what she's saying to me. So I opened it up first and put it towards her. When I put it towards her, she did not push it away, nor did she put her hand in there. She just kept on looking at it and looking at me. So I figured, okay, well, let me give it a try. I put it in the microwave, and I put it in her bowl. Gave her her spoon. She took one, and she walked away. So I was like, you didn't even really want it. Then later on, when I went to go get some of her toys out, because I'm getting ready, I was preparing myself to do this, I looked over and the bowl was empty. She had ate the second bowl. I said all of that to say Blessing loves oatmeal. And I take advantage of the fact that she loves oatmeal. And I try to pack it up with all the essential minerals and vitamins and nutrition that I know that is needed for her daily intake, because I know for sure she will eat the oatmeal. Some people have said to me in private that their child only eat oatmeal. Or some people says that their child only drink milk. Okay, it was a time Blessing only drank milk. But what I would do is I would make the same exact oatmeal, and I will puree it, and then I will add half a cup of milk and half a cup of that oatmeal, and Blessing would eat that. And that for a long time, Blessing would, although that wasn't all she would eat, but for the most part, that's all I could get her. I would be sure that she would have. And I would give that to her. Blessing from like 4 months. Once I started putting oatmeal in it, again, I explained that Blessing has never had store-bought items. Like, she's never had like baby formula and the baby Gerber food. She never had that. I've always made her food, whether I had to put it in her bottle and she ate it that way, or I cooked it and we spoon fed her. I've always made her meals. So I say that to say I know everything that goes in her system. So I know what she eats and what she doesn't eat. Thankfully, she doesn't have any allergies. But this is how I make Blessing oatmeal. Although Blessing do not drink milk. Blessing drunk breast milk. If you want to go back to the milk that I used to make her, I have another page that's called Blessings on Blessing. And I broke it down and I made the baby milk as well. From birth to about 8 months, Blessing had breast milk. 6 months, I decided I did not want to make breast milk anymore, give her breast milk anymore, because it was challenging. Blessing was not latching. She only wanted to drink it out of the bottle. So it was kind of feeling like it was overwhelming for me. It was like I was feeding 2 babies, especially in the middle of the night. So I decided that I wanted to put her on regular milk. And this was around COVID. Milk was a problem. It was a recall every time you turned around. And then there was a shortage of milk. And furthermore, I did not want to put her on that type of milk. And we are plant-based as well. So then when she was getting ready to have regular milk, cow's milk was not an option. So after much research, I came up with hemp hearts, so hemp milk. And I made that milk for her up until about a year and a couple of months ago. And from that point on, Blessing does not like any milk that I've tried. I tried giving her this milk right here. She does not like it. But when I did move on without no longer making that other milk, I know that I had to find something as close as to the nutrition and minerals and everything that she needed from the milk that she's used to. Although she would not drink this milk by itself, blessed, I do make her oatmeal with this milk so that she can get her milk intake. So for the most part, I may use this whole thing, if not majority of it, of this milk in a batch of oatmeal. I'm totally fine with it, because if she was drinking a cup of milk a day, she would use that as well. She would drink this within that a couple of days. So I just take this milk right here and incorporate it in her oatmeal. Most people make oatmeal with water or whatever you make it with. But for us, I make it with this milk. That way I'm sure that she get her milk intake. This is a plant-based milk, and it is good for help. It helps support immunity. It helps with tummies, gut health. It helps with brain development. It has pea protein in it. You can look this milk up for yourself. This milk is recommended by a pediatrician, and it is the best option. It was the best option for when we transitioned from the hemp milk to the store-bought milk. So this is the one thing that I buy store-bought for Blessing. Also, in the oatmeal, I add quinoa. Again, Blessing will eat quinoa by itself when I cook it with other veggies. However, we are plant-based, so protein, we don't get our protein from meat. And even if I wasn't plant-based, Blessing is not interested in meat. So Blessing get her, I cook the quinoa in it first. This is 1/4 cup of quinoa, and it is high in protein, fiber, antioxidant. It helps digestive system. It has non-essential amino acid, and it is good for heart health as well. And I have blueberries. Blueberries is great for brain health. It manages diabetes. It has vitamin C in it, fiber, and it aids with heart health, and it has antioxidant properties in it. Also, Blessing loves bananas, but she has a love-hate relationship with bananas. Like, she would eat it sometimes, and sometimes she doesn't. That's the one fruit that I'm able to give it to Blessing as it is, and she would even entertain it. Most days, she take a couple of bites out of it and give it to me. The day before yesterday, she ate a whole banana. So yesterday, when she bought me a banana, I just assumed that she would eat the whole thing. But she took 2 bites and she was done with it. Usually that's how it goes. She eats 2, 3 bites, 4 bites at most, and just don't want it anymore. And I ended up having to eat bananas, the rest of the banana. But yesterday, I was not in the mood for it. So I put it in a Ziploc bag and I put it in the refrigerator, because I knew I was going to make her oatmeal today. And I cut it up, and here it is. Strawberries, which is what I put in there. I have gloves on for 2 reasons. For the video purposes, I don't usually cook for her with gloves on. I don't have to, because I'm always making sure my hand is clean. I am borderline OCD, so everything always got to be in a certain way in my house. So I'm never worried about bacteria or any dirtiness, because I clean up before I make anything. Also, I sell sea moss and elderberry, so I'm very proactive on my space when I'm preparing anything. So, up. Say, pick me up. Pick me up. Okay, well then go ahead, since you're not saying it. So the strawberries have help with heart health, diabetes, contain fluorides. Now, we are plant-based and we use toothpaste without fluoride. So it's good that it has fluoride properties. That's a natural fluoride that to help with the teeth. It fight against certain cancers. Is helps with is packed with fiber. It reduces inflammation in the body. It helps with cholesterol, improve digestive system, and it improves digestive system. It helps with hypertension and antioxidant, and it has vitamin C in it. That's for the strawberries. I put sweet potatoes because again, it is my goal that Blessing get, not only does she get her vitamins and her minerals and the nutrition in the oatmeal, but it also keep her full because like I said, some days that's all Blessing would eat. She would eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I try to trick her into getting all her nutrition and making sure that what she ate, she is full and she is good to go for the day. So I take sweet potatoes. It depends. If it's a small sweet potato, I will grate the whole thing. And if it's not, if it's a big one, I'll cut half of it. Sometimes I bake it and put it in the oatmeal. But most days I just shred it up on this side and I make it that way. So I will cook it with the quinoa first. And sweet potatoes has fiber. This are the benefits of sweet potato: fiber, insulin sensitivity. Also, let me just say with the quinoa, it is gluten-free as well. So for those that are gluten-free tolerant, this is good for your child as well. And for a long time, quinoa would be the only thing I could feed Blessing. She would not eat rice or any of that. So quinoa is one of the things that I was able to get Blessing to eat. And I will make it with spinach or carrots and peas. And with coconut milk, I will make butternut squash and puree that and put it in there. I've made quinoa in so many different ways with the broccoli. I'll cook the broccoli and then puree it and cook it in there. Like, quinoa was one of the things lately blessed. I would make it when I would make it with black bean burger. I would cook the quinoa first and incorporate all the other ingredients in it. Quinoa is one of the things that we incorporate in a lot of Blessing's meals. Now going back to the sweet potatoes, it helps with blood sugar. It manages heart health, anti-inflammatory, antifungal, antiviral. It fights against certain cancers. It helps with brain health. It prevents certain cancers, and it supports gut health. So sweet potatoes taste good. Let's not leave that out of it. Sweet potato tastes amazing. That is one of Blessing's favorite and one thing she would eat. When I will cut the sweet potato up and I will cook it for her, whether it's baked or stir fry over the stove, Blessing loves sweet potatoes. So that's why it was easy for me to incorporate this in her oatmeal as well. Also cinnamon. And like I said, I look up anything that I want to make Blessing. I look up the benefits of it and if it's something that may affect her. So cinnamon is just, although it smells good and although it gives your food flavor, it also has health benefits as well. So cinnamon helps with blood sugar, it manages heart health, anti-inflammatory, antifungal, and it helps prevent certain cancers as well. And maple syrup, although I most of the time don't put too much of this in it at all. I may put 1 tablespoon because she has the fruits in it that will keep it sweet. But I do put 1 tablespoon of that. And it's a good source of vitamins and it has minerals, antioxidants. So this would be the one. This maple syrup and brown rice syrup is the only 2 sweeteners that I use in Blessing food or even my food, or honey as well. Although we are plant-based, I do use honey at times. Vanilla extract. So vanilla extract helps with stomach health. It treats ulcers. Why are you taking your shirt off, little girl? You don't have to take your shirt off. Yes, princess. And daddy's on his way. So you can go play with daddy, okay? Go ahead. You going to say hi to the people? No, she's not. She just want to get in my way. So vanilla extract, it fights against certain bacteria and yeast. And it helps with inflammation, and it helps with blessing. No, you don't need to stand up on here. You don't need to stand up on here. You want to come and say hi? Come on. Come on. Say hi, and that's it, okay? Say hi. Look. Say hi. Listen. Say hi. I kept her home again 2 days in a row. And Blessing is not actually sick, but she does have a cold. And she does have, like, she's congested, and she has runny nose. What I know about my child is that when she sneezes, if you don't get there in time, she's wiping it on whatever. Like, she doesn't like anything on her face, and she's wiping it. She will wipe it on your pants, your shirt, whoever's shirt. Like, and I do not want to subject anyone or anyone else's kids to that. So because of that, I kept her home. But other than that, Blessing is jumping, running, flipping, and her part of me is like, oh, I regret keeping her home. But that's my way of keeping her and everyone around her safe. So that's why she's home. We have been working on some things, and once I started, she had a whole bunch of stuff on the floor, all the stuff that we was working on. Once I started preparing, she would not stay from this area. So right now I got Miss Rachel playing, so it can entertain her while I make this video. But anyway, going back to, I also add sea moss in it. Again, if you don't know the benefit of sea moss at this point, I feel sad. I really feel sad. Like, sea moss is a powerhouse all by itself. And I really believe that everyone should be taking sea moss. But that's just my belief. On my channel, Blessings on Blessings, that was one of the things I incorporated in my milk, and when I was making milk for her, and I spoke about sea moss. But briefly, let me find the page to see if I can find sea moss. Sea moss is a anti-inflammation, antioxidant, anti-cancer. It has probiotic. It helps with diabetes. It's gluten-free. It has vitamin B2, calcium, magnesium, zinc. It has 92 minerals out of the 102 minerals that we need to intake on a daily basis. Like I said, it is a powerhouse all by itself. I put sea moss in my tea. I put Blessing have sea moss in her oatmeal, and I take a tablespoon of it throughout the day. When days like today, Blessing's showing signs of a cold, or her immune system is fighting whatever it is, I always give her an extra tablespoon, teaspoon of the sea moss. Lucky for you, I also make sea moss gel and sell it. This is the strawberry flavor. I'm not 100% sure how this tastes, but based on the other items that I made, I have infused sea moss with, I want to believe that it tastes amazing. But I am allergic to strawberries, so I do not know how it tastes for sure. However, I also make mango sea moss. This is the items that I sell. Mango sea moss. I also make elderberry sea moss and pineapple sea moss. If you are interested in purchasing from me, you can send me a message, and I do ship, so you can send me a message and we can work it out from there. What else I use? Okay, and this is oatmeal. This is two cups of oatmeal. It's a little bit over 2 cups because I fill it up all the way to the top. But I'm sure you guys know the benefits of oatmeal, so I'm not even going to go get into it to oatmeal right now. But it has its own benefits for oatmeal as well. Now, if I use a cup of water to just cook down the quinoa, and the sweet potatoes. I also put a pinch of salt in it. Pink Himalayan sea salt. So this will cook down for a good 10 to 15 minutes before I add the other ingredients in it. I make this in this so that way it's easier for me to mix everything and everything is cooked evenly. So that's why I make it in there. And once it finished cooked, I'll be back so that we can do this next step. So I'm back and the quinoa and sweet potatoes is cooked. And usually, so the quinoa and the sweet potato is cooked down. Sometimes I may not put sweet potatoes in it. Sometimes I will mix it with carrots. So it all depends on what fruit, I decide to do. But Blessing loves sweet potatoes. So, and the sweet potato give it the little sweetness, added sweetness to it as well. So I cook it. I usually make it with the sweet potatoes, and this is the quinoa. So the next step is cooking the fruits, and this is like 1/4 cup of blueberries, and this is the bananas and strawberry. And I explained before, one of the reasons why I'm using the gloves is for the video purposes, of course, as well as I am allergic to strawberries. And Blessing doesn't really like to feel the different textures in her meal, whatever it is that she's eating. So that's the reason why I cook the fruit. That's the reason why the fruit is the next thing I cook before I mix it all up with the oatmeal, so to cook it down a little bit more. At this time, I will add the milk. I don't usually measure the milk because I've been making this for Blessing forever. So I just most likely pour it. But for me, I want to believe altogether I use 3.5 cups of milk. But like I stated before, if I use this whole thing of milk, I am fine with it. Blessing does not drink milk on its own. So this is me. This is how I incorporate her milk intake in her meal, her daily routine, daily meals, because the milk is important. So being that she's not drinking it by itself, and I know that she eats oatmeal every day, sometimes twice, sometimes 3 times a day, I don't care if I put this whole thing of milk in there. Also, I usually put a tablespoon of Earth Balance butter, soy free. And for those of you who sent me messages stating that your child only drink milk, I get that, like they only drink milk, but we have to figure out ways to trick them into getting the vitamins and the nutritions that they need. And this is one of the ways that I kind of like trick Blessing into getting, because although she loves oatmeal, oatmeal is not the only thing she should, let me not say can, because she probably can, but she should survive off of. But I know that it's important for her to have all her other nutritions and vitamins. So that's why I incorporated on that in her oatmeal. And when she only want to eat oatmeal, I'm totally fine with it because I know what I have put in it. The same thing, you can make the oatmeal and put half of it or even 1/3 cup of the oatmeal in the cup, and then majority of the milk. That way you know that your child is getting some other nutrition other than the regular milk, and it's a little bit more filling. So I'm going to let this cook down for about 10 minutes and then I will be back. Okay, so we're back. So the fruit, the strawberry is cooked down, which is how Blessing likes it. And now I will put I don't usually measure this. I just put so I'll put like 5 or 6 tablespoon of sea moss in it. And again, like I said, this has strawberries in it. This is infused with strawberries. Then I will put the cinnamon. So you see what I just did. I do not, I measure from the heart. I do not use measuring cups or spoons to measure the. And then I will put the 1 tablespoon of. I'm allowing the sea moss to break down because it's like a gel, so that I can mix it in the milk. And this smells so good by itself. And then now I would add the oatmeal. This usually makes Blessing 9 jars of 8-ounce oatmeal, but I don't put it all the way to the very top because I leave a little bit, and then sometimes I add a little bit of the milk so that when I put it in the milk, because I freeze it, when I add the milk add the milk, so when I heat it up, it can be a little loose because Blessing doesn't like it thick, but she doesn't like it runny either. So it's just like the right consistency for her. And I promise you, I eat this as well. So this is not nasty. Like when I eat it, of course, I would not make it with strawberries. But I've made it the same exact way, but I'll add peaches and heavy cream in it. And it tastes really good. You really can't tell that it's quinoa and sweet potatoes in it. You really can't tell. Or whatever fruits your child prefers, you can mix it in that. Now I know I have to add more milk in it because I have to cook it down more than usual because that's how Blessing likes it. So this is not enough milk. Like I said, like most times, because this is like right here already. Most time I use the whole thing of milk, but I don't care because if she was drinking the milk, she would. If she was drinking milk, she probably would take like 2-3 days to drink this, right? So putting this in the 8 jar of oatmeal is kind of like similar to what she would intake if she was just drinking the regular milk by itself. So basically, my thought is, you're not drinking it. You don't want to eat it by itself. But one way or another, you will get it. So this look like it's a lot of milk, but it's going to cook. I'm cooking this all the way down, and you will see. And again, Blessing doesn't like it too thick. She doesn't like it runny like this either. But it will be cooked. I will cook this down for a while before it gets to the consistency and the texture that she likes to eat it. Listen, back up, princess. Okay, I will cook this down and we'll be back. So I forgot to add the vanilla extract. So I just added it in there. I just filled this top up and put it in there. And I will continue to consistently stir it because I do not want it to get to stick to the bottom of the pan, and it will. So I every few minutes I'll just come and stir it and move things around so that it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. And as you can see, the milk is evaporating. It's because it's cooking in it, so it's getting thicker. Sometimes, because I drink oat milk, sometimes I'll mix the oat milk. Like if I don't want to use this whole half a gallon, I will mix it with oat milk as well. But I don't have any oat milk, so most likely I will use this whole bottle right here. This one batch of oatmeal. Okay, so I'm back And this is kind of like the texture, a little bit more. She wanted cooked down a little bit more because you can still see the oatmeal, so she doesn't really like it. If you could kind of see the grain of oatmeal, she really doesn't. She preferred it cooked down a little bit more. So I will, but that's how I sometimes end up letting the bottom get sticky because on my attempt to get her. And blueberries, right? So because these was frozen blueberries, they was much smaller than what we're used to. But when I make it with the fresh blueberries, I usually have to cut it in half because it's too big. And blessing would, if she can identify that is a different texture or something else other than the oatmeal in it, she will kind of like struggle. In like the first 2 days, she would not really want to eat it, and I gotta kind of like feed it to her. But when she can't feel it, it don't matter if she see it. She doesn't really care too much about seeing it, I don't think. But to feel it, the different textures in her mouth, she doesn't like that. So, but because these blueberries, they are really tiny, and they are cooked. Because when I try to push down on it with the spoon, it just like mash right in. So these are fine. But I do have to add some more milk to cook it down for like a good 5 minutes for her, because like I said, you can see the different you can see the texture, you can see the grain of oatmeal. Like if I give it to her, she would probably be okay eating it by day 3, right? But the first 2 days it would be a struggle for her. And for me, although she would end up eating it, but for me, what's the problem of making it the way she like it? Like, you like your food a certain way, you like to eat certain things, and you don't eat certain things. Like, so she's human. She has the right, or she should be able to express that she doesn't like some certain things different ways. Like, so. And it's not like I'm buying it from the store and she got to get what she can get. I'm making it for her. So what's the big deal for me to make it the way I know she like it? And this right here, she doesn't prefer this. Like, that's not her go-to. Like I said, if I leave it like this, she would eat it. By day 2, she'll be used to it and she'll eat it. And that's how I was able to get her to transition from when I was making it like in the puree to like cook. Because at some point I was like, okay, blessing, because oatmeal is not supposed to be eaten like that. But who says how it's supposed to be eaten? You eat oatmeal however way you feel like eating oatmeal. And for her, she doesn't really like it this way. So I let it cook down a little bit more. And I just hope that you guys, like, there are some things for me, right? I feel like the world is going to beat her down already. The world beats us down already, right? Like, so why beat her down even more about simple, stupid, silly things that doesn't even really matter? Like, if she doesn't like it this way, make it the way she like it. The end of the day, the end goal is to get her to eat it, period. So, yeah, I will cook it down a little bit more. I'm going to add a little bit of milk in it because it's almost dry, kind of like pasty. And by the time I freeze it, she will eat it like this. But by the time I freeze it and then reheat it, it will be like thicker. So I add a little bit more milk in it to get it, to loosen it up a little bit and to cook it down a little bit more. We'll be back. Okay, guys, I'm back, and I had let it cook down for a good 5 to 7 minutes. Well, 5 minutes. So as you can see, you can still see the grain, but when you taste it, it kind of melts in your mouth. It's not something she has to constantly chew. Blessing doesn't, I don't know what it is with her teeth. Took her to the dentist, of course, and originally Alexa stopped. So that would have made the 5 minutes that I put it on for. So I picked it up. I took the cover off a couple of seconds before the actual 5 minutes. So, but anyway, I took her to the dentist. Originally they said that with preemie children, sometime, although they have all the teeth in their mouth, her gums is not fully developed, so her teeth is tightened and it can cause pain when she's eating. So that may be the reason why she doesn't like anything that she has to chew. But then I'm told that sometimes it happens in children with autism that's exceptional. So I don't know why what reason Blessing doesn't like to have to eat. She likes to chew her food. But at the end of the day, right? My goal is to help her to navigate between that, because either way she has to eat. So if cooking the food down a little bit more than usual, because I tell you I don't like to use the word normal or wrong in my vocabulary, than usual, then that's what I would do. Like, it's not a big deal. She's not hurting anyone. She like it like she like it. Just think of yourself. You like it how you like it. For me, this is how I raise Blessing. I think about, well, I don't like some things. I don't think about every time like, oh, because she's autistic or because she's exceptional or because it's this, that's why she's like that. I look at it because sometimes it's not the diagnosis. Sometimes you just who you are and you don't like certain things and you like certain things a specific way. So for me, when it comes to, I know she has food aversion because Blessing doesn't eat a lot of things, right? But if I'm able to navigate through that and figure out a way to get her to eat and get her vitamins and her minerals and her nutrition, I don't care how she eat it, really. I'm making it anyway. And when you go to the restaurant, you tell them you like your steak medium well done, rare. They make it the way you like it. So I look at it like she put her order in and she likes it the way she like it. And that's just how I make it. But anyway, I'm turning this off. This is the consistency. It's not dry, like real pasty, but it's not really loose. As you can see, this is exactly how Blessing like it. So I'm going to take it away from the stove. And then we're going to move right here and I'm going to let it cool down a little bit for like 5 minutes. And then after that, we're going to make it, we're going to put it in the jars. I usually have 3 that I put in the refrigerator for 3 days. Or sometimes those 3 doesn't last for 3 days. She might want a bowl of it tonight, and then tomorrow she might want a bowl for breakfast, and then she might want 2 bowls. Like I said, today she had two bowls of oatmeal. This is the bowl that she usually go in the refrigerator and take. This is the bowl that I always have oatmeal. But these 3 bowls always have oatmeal. So if she go for any of these bowls, mainly this pink one, I know that she want oatmeal. She doesn't want anything other than oatmeal. So I go for the oatmeal when she goes for that. And then these goes in the freezer. I usually have 9 of these, but she still have 3 jars left in the freezer. So they are still in the freezer. But nonetheless, I usually make enough for 2 weeks. However, it never lasts for 2 weeks because Blessing is unpredictable when it comes to eating. Although I know certain textures, but when it comes to eating oatmeal, or I can sit in front of the stove and make a meal and I'm just certain and I'm just positive, I'm confident that it tastes good. I taste it, it's really good. And then Blessing's like, nope, that's not what I like, or that's not what I have a taste for right now. Although she doesn't verbalize it by saying it, but like her attitude, she doesn't want to try it. Sometimes she might not want it on her own plate, but then I make me a plate of food and trick her to thinking that it's my food. And then she comes there to me and eat the whole thing, but she doesn't realize it. So sometimes this is the things I do. Those are some of the things I do. If I know that I'm trying to get her to eat and she won't eat it, she will not eat it on her plate, I try fixing me a plate and act like I'm eating it. Or sometimes I am eating it. And then she'll come over to my plate and want to eat my food. The same exact thing that's on her plate. She will not eat it on her plate, but she will eat it on my plate. And I will feed it to her that way. But nonetheless, we're gonna let this sit for like a good 2 minutes, not long, and then I'm going to pack it up, basically. I'm not sure if you see this in the background. This is what I give Blessing twice a day, 1/8 spoon of that. That's the only time I can. The only juice that I can get Blessing to drink is orange juice. Maybe because it's not that sweet at all. I don't give it to her often, but she, like I said, she is battling a slight cold. So the orange juice has the vitamin C in it, and I put a little bit of this balm that I make for her, which is it got apples, sea moss, ginger, lemon, honey, and I believe that's it. I put all of that and I put it in the Nutri blender and I mix it and I give it to her in a I give her like four of this throughout the day, like at least four. And then I put it in the orange juice. I'll put like a tablespoon in the orange juice as well. And it tastes good. You can taste it like that because I take a tablespoon of it. It helps with your immune system. It helps build your immune system. And it tastes good as well. And it helps with bringing out the mucus out of your system. So that's why every time she's coughing or sneezing is coming out, that's what it's supposed to do. So I'm happy about that. And I don't really use over-the-counter medicine unless everything I'm trying is not working. So yeah, but anyway, this right here is what I've been giving Blessing for the past 3 weeks, a month, and it's been working. Blessing is very hyper. I would say, like, she's busy. She is not. She's not. What is it, princess? What's going on? You want mommy to hold you? Come on. You didn't even pee-pee on the toilet. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. You're not touching anything. Say hi. Blessing. Say hi. Hello. Hello. That's it. All 4 fingers. All 4. It started off with 2. Then it went to 3. And now, Jesus, we have 4. Go ahead. I cannot hold you and do this. So somebody is ready for a nap, and that's why she's doing this. Blessed, unless she is extremely tired, she does not want to put herself to sleep. She thinks that the only way she goes to sleep is on my chest. But I'm trying to get her out of it. I guess I'm not getting her out of it today. So I have to hurry up and do this so I can try to put her to take a nap. It is 2:30, and that would be the latest I would like to let her take a nap so that she can be able to wake up. Alexa, stop. So she can wake up and then go to sleep. Well, at a reasonable time for us later on for school, because she will be going to school tomorrow. But anyway, going back to this, right? This helps her calm down, like relax. Like she doesn't have ADHD or ADD, hyper. She's not hypertension or whatever it is. She doesn't have that. She was evaluated for that and she doesn't have it. However, Blessing is much more active than a neurotypical child. So, and I do not believe in, personally, for me, you do what works for your family and your household and for your child, always. But for me, I'm always trying the natural route before anything, right? So you cannot touch that, princess. You want oatmeal? Okay, mommy give you oatmeal. Move your hand. I cannot pick you up. Say, pick me up. Pick me up. Pick up. Good job. Pick me up. Good job. Pick me up. Nose. So anyway, And I'm sorry if I'm doing a video and Blessing comes for attention. 100% of the time I would get that to her. So if that's something that doesn't work for you, I am sorry, and maybe this is not the channel, because my primary goal is to always let her know that I am here for her and I understand her. So whatever way she expressed to me that she need what she need, I would always stop, pause, or whatever and give her that, right? And sometimes that's why I say it is difficult for me to make videos, because some days I have to stop the video like a million times, like literally, because Blessed either want me to come on the floor and play with her, or she's climbing on the table, she's climbing on the counter, and I have to stop and tend to her. So again, if I'm making a video and Blessing come, sometimes it's not necessary for me to stop the whole video. But just like she coming here and she want me to pick her up, I will do that. Like I might lose my train of thoughts while doing so and trying to get back into what I was saying. But hopefully I don't lose my train of thought. And if I do, if I go back and watch the video and I see that I was talking about something and I stopped and I didn't continue, I will pick it up in another video. But anyway, going back to this helped relax her. This helped her be a little calmer, and it helps to relax her brain, like at nighttime. So when she come home from school, I usually put the 1/8 teaspoon in something that I think that she won't taste it. It doesn't have a nasty taste, but it kind of have like a little slight salty taste to it to me. So, and then I take this for myself because it helps with, I recently went back to school and I was having a hard time staying focused. So I started taking this and that together, and to help me stay focused as well, because my brain sometimes can be all over the place, racing. Like while I'm doing my homework, I'm thinking about all the stuff I need to do for Blessing. I need to meal prep this, and I need to wash that, and I need to do this, and I need to do that. And I'm in front of the computer I should be focused on the computer. So it helps me with the focus too. So, well, definitely this helped with focus. But I would give this to her 1/8 teaspoon when she first come home from school. It doesn't have her, I don't know if you know what like ADHD or ADD medicine does, where like it takes the child personality away. That's just my opinion. It doesn't do that. Like Blessing is still jumping and flipping and flopping and doing her regular things, but she's just a little bit calmer. Pick up. Pick up. Pick me up. Blessing. Pick me up. Okay. Pick me up. Good job. She's sleepy. But I'm going to end the video because she's sleepy and she's going to keep coming and she's going to keep wanting me to pick her up. And it's because she's tired and she wants to take a nap. And I do not want her to take a nap I want her to take a nap before 3. So that I can let her sleep for like 45 minutes to an hour. But the next thing I'm doing is really basically bottling these things up. And this water, because I washed all the jars. I hope that this video was very helpful to you. And like I said, an hour before I put Blessing down for nighttime, for her to go to sleep, I will give this. And it kind of like help. You can see her literally feeling more relaxed. She's not all hyper and active and everything. She's just like, she's still playing, but she's more calmer, like a person that's getting ready to take it down. That's just how she is. And it helps her go to sleep. Blessing since I've been giving this to her, she's been going to sleep between 11:30, 12:30, between that time. And that's a big deal. So I'm assuming if you have a child that doesn't go to sleep, maybe doesn't go to sleep until like 2, maybe you can narrow it down a little bit to like 10, maybe. I'm not sure. Or whatever time you decide to change or give this to them. But Blessing going to sleep 11:30, 12:30 works, because prior to that she was going to sleep at 3:30. So yeah, I'm going to end the video here because Blessing is ready for a nap. And I end the video, but not my love. Till then, be bold, be brave, and most importantly, be blessed. Say bye, blessing. Blessing. Say bye. Princess, look at them. Say goodbye. You trying to do that? Say goodbye. Okay, let's say it. Now let's say goodbye. Now let's say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.